Hi everyone. In this lesson, we'll delve into the fascinating world of machine learning, a subfield of artificial intelligence. We'll begin by defining machine learning and exploring its different types. Next, we'll shed light on crucial concepts like data preparation, cross-validation, and overfitting. Machine learning, a subset of artificial intelligence, is a discipline that focuses on the development of models that can represent a problem based on its data. Machine learning methods basically aim to create generalizable models by using sample data. We will learn this in our lesson within the scope of the concept we will call training. Using trained models, we can make predictions and decisions about new and unseen data. In order to measure how successful the predictions and decisions produced are, we will examine them within the scope of the concept of testing. The realm of machine learning encompasses three primary learning approaches. In supervised learning, the algorithm is presented with a set of labeled data, where each data point has a corresponding label or output. The algorithm then learns to map the input data to the desired output. This type of learning is commonly used for tasks like classification and regression. In unsupervised learning, the algorithm is given a set of labeled data, with no predefined categories or labels. The algorithm's objective is to uncover hidden patterns or structures within the data. This approach is often employed for tasks like clustering and dimensionality reduction. Reinforcement learning takes a more interactive approach. The algorithm interacts with an environment, receiving rewards or penalties for its actions. The goal is to learn a sequence of actions that maximizes the cumulative reward. This type of learning is particularly useful in game playing and robotics. Supervised learning is a cornerstone of machine learning, where algorithms learn from labeled data to make predictions on unseen data. Within this realm, two prominent approaches tackle distinct prediction tasks: regression and classification. Regression task predicts continuous numerical values. Think of forecasting house prices or predicting weather patterns. Classification task classifies data points into predefined categories. Imagine classify of subjects as healthy and disease. Then we can divide disease as type 1 and type 2. In the left graph, we observe a continuous increase. We can think of this as a graph of ice cream sales increasing with temperature. By plotting this graph, we can make predictions even after 31 degrees Celsius, even though there is no sample data after that point. The right graph shows an example of three-class classification. Note that the class values are discrete values, unlike in regression. Here, we have three class examples, such as A, B, and C. We can think of this as using it for the diagnosis of a disease. Healthy people are represented by red dots, while the early and advanced stages of the disease are labeled with the other two classes. Unsupervised learning is a type of machine learning used to discover structures and patterns in data. And its two subheadings are important: clustering and dimensionality reduction. The left side shows 4 different clusters created by the clustering algorithms in the middle, and right side, dimensionality reduction methods are shown. Clustering, dealing with labeled data, is the process of organizing similar objects into the same groups and dissimilar objects into different groups. The data points in the figure are grouped into clusters, and each group is represented by a different color or shape. Clustering allows natural structures to emerge in the data set by dividing data points into groups based on their similarities. This method is used to identify hidden patterns and subgroups in data. Note that there is no labeled point here, and that is why all points are shown in the same color. Dimensionality reduction is a process used in machine learning and data analysis to reduce the number of input variables in a dataset. In the image on the left, we see that the data is represented in a three-dimensional space. However, when we pay attention, we realize that this data is actually distributed on a two-dimensional plane. When this plane is rotated at the right angle, it will be possible to reduce the data to a two-dimensional space. The picture on the right shows the distribution of the data after being reduced to a two-dimensional space. There are also methods such as supervised clustering, which use a hybrid of both supervised and unsupervised methods. Supervised clustering is a hybrid approach that integrates elements of both supervised learning and traditional clustering. While traditional clustering groups data points based on their similarities without using labeled data, supervised clustering uses labeled data to guide and improve the quality of the clusters. Apart from supervised and unsupervised, there is also reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is a type of machine learning where an agent learns to make decisions by interacting with an environment to maximize cumulative rewards. Using a trial and error approach, the agent receives feedback as rewards or penalties, refining its strategy over time to optimize performance. Every human being born as a baby learns with this method until he learns a language. In modern devices, the best example is the mapping of robot vacuum cleaners. In machine learning studies, data preparation is a critical step that directly affects the performance of the model. Machine learning models require high-quality data. Missing, erroneous, or inconsistent data can hinder the model's ability to learn accurately. Data cleaning steps involve filling in missing values, correcting errors, and removing outliers to ensure the data is reliable. Transforming raw data into meaningful features is critical for the success of the model. Choosing the right and effective features can significantly improve the model's performance. Data scaling and normalization ensure that all data points are on the same scale and distribution. Imbalanced datasets, where some classes are more represented than others, can lead to a biased model. Addressing these imbalances during data preparation ensures that the model learns to recognize all classes accurately. The size and diversity of datasets enhance the model's generalization capacity. Data augmentation techniques help increase the dataset size by applying various transformations, allowing the model to train on a broader range of data. To evaluate the model's performance accurately, the data should be split into training, test and sometimes validation sets. This split helps in assessing the model's generalization ability and prevents issues like overfitting. The most used method for splitting data is cross-validation. Cross-validation methods involve dividing the dataset into two parts: a training set used to train the model and a test set used to evaluate the model's performance on unseen data. The system is trained using the training set, and its success is measured on the test set. Most common cross-validation methods are random sampling, k-fold, and leave one out. Most know as k-fold. If you have a very small dataset, leave one out can be chosen. The dataset is randomly shuffled and split into training and validation sets multiple times. Each split can have different proportions of training and validation data. The performance metrics are averaged over all splits. It is no longer preferred because it is open to manipulation. The data is randomly or systematically partitioned into k-equal-sized folds. The model is trained on k-1 folds and validated on the remaining fold. This process is repeated k times, with each fold used as the validation set once. The results are averaged to produce a single performance metric. Each sample in the dataset is used once as a validation set, with the remaining samples used as the training set. This is repeated for each sample in the dataset. It is a special version of k-fold for k=n but computationally expensive for large datasets. All iterative learning machines must be stopped at the right time. Otherwise, The system starts to memorize examples in the training data, which decreases the prediction ability of the system for unknown samples. This kind of excessive training is called overfitting. There are many machine learning methods in the literature. These methods can be different to each other according to their approach to problem and therefore may have different success in different problems. For example, in the 6-point data below, the first method shows a linear increase curve and is compatible with a certain error rate. Generally, linear models can be preferred because they are cheap in terms of computational cost. In the middle figure, a quadratic curve was fitted to the same data. Here the average error value is less than the first one. Therefore, it can be said that it is a good model. In the figure on the right, the calculated model can predict all points without error. This is a magnificent achievement. However, it should be questioned whether this is a perfect performance or an overfitting problem. Thanks for watching. We recommend that you attend class for in-class activities.